We need to make our government leaner, smarter, and more consumer-friendly. We live in a 21st century economy, but we've still got a government organized for the 20th century. Our economy has fundamentally changed, as has the world, but our government has not. Instead, it's often grown more complicated and more confusing as the responsibilities of different government agencies have continued to overlap. No business or nonprofit leader would allow this kind of duplication or unnecessary complexity in their operations. So why is it okay for our government? It's not. It has to change. Under President Obama, we've tried to take some steps to fix the problem, to root out waste. We cut a whole range of overlapping programs. We have taken steps to move the federal government into the 21st century when it comes to technology and making everything we do a little more web-friendly. We are giving taxpayers the ability to track where their dollars are going across the government. Also, the Vice President is holding regular meetings with cabinet members to make sure that we are doing all we can to eliminate government waste, save taxpayer dollars, and make government work better. So we've done a lot, but we've got to do more. We can do this better. We can provide taxpayers better value. Congressional conservatives are not serious about reforming our government to make it work better for you and me. They recently introduced a bill called the Stop Government Abuse Act, a bill that attacks our nation's public servants. Every day, millions of federal employees, including nearly 500,000 veterans, do important work on behalf of the United States. We should be applauding their efforts, not demeaning them. But House conservatives view this as a political win. Their message is clear, that our hardworking federal employees cannot be trusted. Federal employees have had their pay frozen for 3 years and counting. They are facing pay cuts through furloughs and are worried about the continued threat that sequestration poses to their job security. The conservatives' bill will add insult to injury by depriving federal employees of their constitutional rights to due process of law. We are deeply concerned about the expedited termination provisions in this bill. These provisions would give agency heads broad discretion without limitation to immediately fire senior executives accused of misconduct without notifying the employees of the charges against them and without giving them a reasonable opportunity to defend themselves. That is not fair. The conservatives' bill places the burden on the employee after they are fired to prove that their reinstatement is required. This ready, fire, aim approach by House conservatives, where they fire the employee first and ask questions later, flies in the face of the rights guaranteed to all Americans under our Constitution. Conservatives are focused on attacking government any way they can. You heard Jean mention Solyndra. While it is certainly true that we don't want government to be in the business of helping decide which big box retailer or maker of MP3 players has the best chance of succeeding, it's also true that there are a few industries where it makes sense for the government to complement the market by subsidizing research and development. Renewable energy is one of them. That's because the energy market is not like other markets. The economics of alternative energy are such that private investors, left to their own devices, are bound to underinvest in it, since the considerable social benefits, cleaner air and fewer greenhouse emissions, accrue to everyone and not just to direct customers. This means that the economic rate of return is significantly less than the social rate of return. This creates an opportunity for government to add value by investing smartly, just as it can add value by spending money on education or infrastructure, other areas where the social returns are greater than the economic ones. Of course, some think the Solyndra failure shows that the government isn't investing smartly. However, the Department of Energy has handed out nearly $20 billion in loan guarantees to renewable energy companies, and only Solyndra has defaulted, accounting for only a small fraction of the money guaranteed. Solyndra's failure isn't a reason for the government to give up on alternative energy. Conservatives should stop attacking government and work with us to improve our nation for everyone. Thank you.